YouTube, behind me here today, I have the patch notes for Season 5. They just released, and we're going to be the first ones to go over them. Let's go. Alrighty, YouTube, so the patch notes just dropped here, and we're going to be the first ones to go over them with you guys. So, let's do this. Right away, we have the playlist update. First off, it's a thread of tweets, which they've never done before, but we're just going to go through them, all right? So, playlist update, nothing new there. Payload's still there. Or, they're getting rid of payload, actually. So, I guess that's the one thing they changed. We have the battle pass. Nothing surprising there. We've already seen what's going to be on it for the most part, so nothing too crazy there. Mobile broadcast stations. This is the big part that they were kind of hyping up in the roadmap and all that good stuff, but I don't know. I don't know anything about them. Just reading these, it says these POIs can be found in a variety of locations of Verdansk, differing from match to match. So they're going to be in different spots every match, which is nice to know. Keep one area from being signal boosted by the rewards they offer. So is it going to be like, are you getting like a new blueprint if you go to these? I don't know what it is. It's going to be like a contraband system where you have to get like a challenge to go to these. We don't know yet, but I will promise you I will make a video on it later today once I figure out what the heck they are. See what they are all about by getting closer to them, but be sure to keep your head on and tune. Now, keep your head and tune out the broadcast each one emits. So, is it going to like make some crazy noises? I don't know. And then we have something about the stopping Stitch down here, which I don't know why they have all these eradicated things on here. It's kind of annoying. Ludicrous Verdansk now has been adjusted as follows. New gulag and in-game loadouts. The sentry gun kill streak can now be found in the supply boxes, which I think is cool. I don't think the sentry gun... I actually think the sentry gun's pretty healthy for the game. It hasn't done anything bad for it. It does kill pretty fast if you get shot by it, but I feel like if you have cover, like you can kind of avoid it. Tech 9 is coming out, which is a submachine gun, which we'll get to that in just a second. And then the EMT2 are now in the loot pool, so we'll be able to use the new guns. It's pretty standard for them. And now players may now detach from an ascender before reaching their destination. All right, that's great. So zip lines or ascenders or what they call them, we can now get off beforehand. That's amazing because how many times have you been going up one and like you just want to like get down? So I'm really interested in how that's going to work within like the elevators, like especially the ones in like hospital that are really high. Interested to see how that's going to work, but I like it. I like it a lot. Combat Scout, which you already knew and talked about a little bit. The damaging an enemy briefly highlights them and automatically pings them. I think it's going to be broken, but they did change something down here in a second. Next, we have the Tempered Slot 2. So Combat Scout is going where yellow is, so that's you have to replace amped because everyone runs amped with it, which I think some people might. I actually think it's kind of broken that it's in that one. And then in slot 2, we have Tempered, which is the armor plates. You get to wear 2 plates that give you the same amount of health. So basically, you get to save plates, and you only have to put 2 in so you can save time. And I actually think that's something that some people might run, but you'd have to take it on your second loadout, so you're not gonna have Ghost. And I don't know how you're gonna use it completely because you're not gonna have Ghost. You're not gonna have restock. You're not gonna have quite a few things. So very interested to see where that goes. Adjusted here. This is kind of a surprise, if you ask me. Cold-blooded, undetectable at AI target systems and thermal object, does not trigger high alert and negates Combat Scout. So I believe the high alert one wasn't there before, and then obviously Combat Scout just came out. So Cold-blooded might be the go-to now, because honestly, I don't think a lot of people are running EOD. Most people are running oh my god, I'm forgetting it right now. The one makes you run faster when you're like crouched and all that stuff, so slide canceling smoother. I'm completely forgetting it. Let me know in the comments because I'm dumb. But yeah, so nothing too crazy here, but I do like that change to Cold-blooded because I really think Combat Scout's going to be like meta for a lot of people because we haven't seen it yet, but like if you're running stuns or anything like that, stuns damage people. So you're going to be able to stun someone and then jump around a corner and see them. So hopefully they don't actually show on stuns and stuff and you actually have to shoot them with a gun, but if it just says damaging, stun's technically damage. So we'll see what ends up happening on that. Bug fixes and changes here. We got UI. I love this change. The amount of times I've had to, like, people will be like, I don't know what box I have. If you played long enough, you should know by now that you can kind of tell from the top here, but this is much more obvious. So I like that. And then they added a new option into the game for steady aim. So when you're sniping, like when you're holding your breath, you now can either toggle it or hold it. I think most people are going to hold it still just because it's something you've been doing forever. But technically, you would be more consistent with a toggle. But I don't know. I'll have to test it out. I don't know how I feel about that yet. So I don't think it's a huge change by any means. It's definitely good to put things like that in the game. This setting cannot be used if the change zoom shared input setting is to set steady aim, sprint tactical. Okay. Something weird. Then, what else we got here? EMT2, the guns. Full auto assault rifle, heavy British rifle with considerable kick and a built-in low zoom optic. Slow fire rate and high damage makes the EM2, I keep saying EMT, EM2 a solid choice for a skilled marksman. So, it's looking like an Odin, kind of. Like, it literally almost looks exactly like it's built like an Odin here. But, I don't know. I'm interested to see. It's got a lot of damage, it sounds like, and slow rate of fire. So, it's going to be similar to an Odin, which we have seen in the past be really strong. Obtain the EMT2 at tier 15. So, we'll have to test it out, see if it's any good. Tech 9. Semi-automatic submachine gun. Improved accuracy from longer ranges with low recoil and slower fire rates. Good damage output with moderate range. So, sounds like it's going to have decent range for a submachine gun. It's semi-automatic, which is very interesting. We've seen semi-automatics like the FAL be used as secondaries before, and it's really strong when it's done right. But it looks like the Tech 9 is a unique weapon, and it sports 2 muzzles that alter its fire type. When properly equipped, the Tech 9 is highly effective at enabling aggressive hip-fire play. So apparently, we're going to be able to hip-fire and be semi-automatic. I'm interested to see that. I think if they're going to put it as a semi-automatic, I doubt we're going to be able to put it in full auto. Because I would imagine they're going to be putting it as like a 3-burst maybe. Maybe we're going to get another burst SMG. We'll see. We've seen the Tech 9 before in games like Counter-Strike. So interested to see how that goes. We get the cane in season, so we don't get that yet. But it's just going to be another beat someone down with a cane. The Marshall, really excited. Bringing it back from Black Ops 2. Break action pistol. It's basically a double barrel shotgun. Which, when we have seen new guns come out like this, they're usually very broken. Double barrel doesn't work out too well, though. The 725 has never been good in Warzone, other than, like, if you put on the slugs and you just kill people from, like, a mile away with it. But I'm very interested to see what they do with that. Don't know how it's going to go. And then you have your new challenges for unlocking the MG82, which is kill 3 or more enemies without reloading. And then the C58, using your assault rifles, get long shot kills in 15 different matches. So pretty easy for the most part. That's kind of a lot of matches to unlock, but not the worst thing I've ever seen. Attachments, it looks like we are getting bigger mags for the AMP63. Watch out for this. This thing seems to be going uphill quickly. Like, it's going to be very good. So I'm definitely going to need to test this out. That little extra ammo is going to make it very strong, in my opinion. The time to kill on it's really good. Like, when you pick it up in ground loot, it's kind of nuts. And then included here, we have the new operators, which no one really cares about. You don't really get anything out of that. And I've always thought operators are kind of overrated because you can't even see them in game. So it is what it is. And then downloads, it's actually a really small download. So I'm very happy with that. I'm hoping that we do get a mid-season update that's kind of bigger than this, because this is very bland, if you ask me. And there's not a whole lot to this. Seems just like a typical patch from like a normal week, because there's not a lot of weapon bundle. Or like, I thought we were going to get like a big weapon tuning again, but maybe they're going to save that for the mid-season patch. And obviously people wanted to hear if there's going to be anti-cheat or some kind of message in here. Sometimes they'll leave that. I haven't seen anything yet. So I guess that's what it is. I'm guessing, like I said in my video yesterday, anti-cheat's not coming to the new Call of Duty. So probably in November. No weapon tuning or anything. You can see Swag here already commented on that. So very interesting. I wonder if they left anything off there, and J-God and all those guys are going to have to go test a bunch of weapons and find secret nerfs, because apparently there was a secret nerf to the Milano recently. So I'm very interested in that portion of it. I will not be testing that because I don't have the time for that, unfortunately. But guys, I will test out those new mobile broadcast stations. I'm interested to see what those are and hope they do bring something fun to the game, because Warzone is lacking content like crazy right now, and it looks like they went a very safe approach on a basic level here. So we'll see what ends up happening, guys. I appreciate anyone that did show up today. If you guys are new here, make sure you do drop a sub on the channel. If you guys want to find your way back for more content, I post every single day, all kinds of stuff. Keep you guys ahead of the metas, all that good stuff. And then like the video and comment below what you guys thought about the Season 5 patch notes. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and peace out.